Welcome to the Big Success Show. Today, the corner blocks of John Wooden's Pyramid of Success.
Big Success with the Professor and Mary-Lynn.
Hey, it's March Madness. It's one of our favorite times of year, and one of our favorite coaches is the late, great John Wooden.
88 consecutive wins, the longest winning streak in college basketball, and 10 NCAA championships.
And he's the only person I have ever asked for an autograph.
We've got to hear this story, and we're going to.
Hey, I'm George Kruger, also known as the Professor.
And I'm Mary-Lynn, so let's hear this story.
Well, I woke up on a Saturday morning, and I wasn't paying that close of attention, but our basketball team was playing in kind of the Thanksgiving tournament in Indianapolis called
Is this high school? Was this high
is
school
college.
Okay,
and it's called the John Wooden Invitational, I think, or it's John Wooden. It's named after him.
We've got a picture on the blog. We've got a picture of the ticket. It's not in front of us right now, but we've got a picture on the blog that you can see. The link is in your show notes.
And so I grabbed my book. They call me Coach.
Yeah.
Well, his book.
Yeah.
That I bought.
His coach.
And the thing about this, why it was significant, was because my health teacher every year would do, as part of his class schedule, he would always do John Wooden's Pyramid of Success.
Your health teacher?
My health teacher, and who was also my basketball and baseball coach.
Okay.
What was interesting is this was really my first exposure, except for the Bible, I guess, but this was really my first exposure where I was really digging deep into inspiration and motivation and personal leadership. And so anyway, they said John Wooden's going to be there. I'm like, I got to go. I got to try to get his autograph. I mean, I would just love to meet Coach.
Right.
As all his players call him, right? And so I went, and the moment I got in the door, I'm like, hey, I would like to just get John Wooden's autograph. I can't tell you how much it would mean to me. Do you know how I could see him? And they said, well, he's not seeing anybody. I'm like, oh. So I'd go to somebody else, and I'd see, I could look down on the court and I could see, and it's like, do you know how to get close to John Wooden? I just would love to ask him to autograph my book. I've had this book for years, and the book, if you see it, and I think we have a picture of it.
We got a picture of the book and the autograph, and you won't believe how much the book cost. You can see the price. So anyway, check the link in your show notes.
But you'll notice it's pretty well worn book. I mean,
yes,
it's definitely it's a working book. It's not somebody's book that you just buy and stick on the shelf.
It's not in mint condition.
No,
it is worn.
Not. And inside it's got all kinds of underlines and all kinds of things. But I showed him this book. He says, well, he's not signing autographs today. He's not meeting people. I'm like, oh man. So Mary-Lynn, I did this 9 times. I got turned down. You would
just go up to like an usher and just try and...
And so what I started doing was I started looking for a place to get down to the floor without seeing a guard, one of the security people.
How can you sneak on
Which is
down
not
there?
easy to do, but I will tell you what happened was I went back to my seat, and John Wooden, they had him down he was at the half court, and they were talking about the game, and he was talking about my Illini team, our Illini team, right? And
University of Illinois.
I'll still remember what he said. He said, that's the best team game I've seen in I don't know how many years. And it's like, wow, John Wood is complimenting my team. That's really cool. So I watched where he went to sit. And so it's like, okay, now I have a general idea of where he's at and where I'm at. So I once again started walking around, and I found a place to get in where there wasn't a security guard. And as I got into the area, I saw this long line. I'm like, wow, I wonder what that long line's for. Duh. These are people in line to get Coach Wooden's autograph. Aha, I'm in the right place.
Eureka!
Now, the question is there somebody between me and there that's going to stop this? Because, they're saying he's not available. I can't believe I can do that. Well, I got in line. Sure enough, people are just moving right up the line, and I got Coach's autograph.
Wow. So now, once you finally got to him, what did you say?
I just said, Coach, your book has inspired me more than any other book I've ever read. And so, it's been a great boon to my success. So I thank you for writing it.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And he
said, well, glad to hear that. And that was about the end of it, because now he's signing the next person's book.
Wow, what a great story, and a great lesson of persistence right there.
Exactly,
you got what you wanted. But I tell you what, you don't have to be a basketball fan or even a sports fan in general to benefit from Coach John Wooden's wisdom. He's written extensively on success and leadership.
And we, without hesitation, recommend that you acquaint yourself with his books, including They Call Me Coach.
Right.
But also, familiarize yourself with this pyramid that's in there. It's called the John Wooden's Pyramid of Success.
And that's actually the page that you had John Wooden sign.
Yes, it is. I knew from the get-go that was the page he had to sign.
And the Pyramid of Success is 15 building blocks of success. And the building blocks are the characteristics you need to win in life. We've created a guide that goes in depth into each one. It's free, and you can get it at bigsuccess.com/pyramid.
Now, Coach also talks about the characteristics that bind the pyramid structure together. These are what we call the corner blocks. So they kind of complete the pyramid. They kind of make the pyramid from being kind of more like a stairway to being a true triangle.
Yeah, and they're at the end of each of the pyramid.
Yeah, there's one on the left-hand side, one on the right-hand side. You'll clearly see them if you just look at the picture of the Pyramid of Success.
Right, which we've got a picture of. Click that link in your show notes and you can see what we're talking about. So let's pull out the professor's whiteboard for the 10 corner blocks in John Wooden's Pyramid of Success.
Mary-Lynn, I feel like a pyramid just fell down on me. Jeez.
I think it did. Okay, so the 10 corner blocks start on the left cornerstone of the pyramid of success, and then working up the left-hand side and then back down the right-hand side. So we're going to go through each one of these in order on the pyramid. So the first corner block is ambition, and ambition properly focused is what Wooden says.
And man, Mary-Lynn, I think this is just so important. It's so important that it's the first one we talk about, because you can have all the ambition in the world, but if it's not focused, you can succeed, but still not be happy.
Right. That's why we say a big success. Big success is all about helping you find your focus, because that is so important.
Absolutely. And your goals have to align with your vision, your mission, and your values. Or you end up at the end, with, like I said, you're there, you've succeeded theoretically, but it's unfulfilling. And so you want to make sure you're ending up at the right destination. We call it destination big success.
The second corner block is adaptability, and this is being able to adapt to any situation.
I think change happens today faster than it ever has, right?
I think so, too.
And, there's one guarantee I think we have for tomorrow. It's going to happen even faster.
Yes.
It's going to keep happening at a more rapid rate. That's just the way society seems to be going. And so it pays to have an entrepreneurial mindset as you approach the world. Most people, they kind of sit around and they resist change. That's our natural inclination. Entrepreneurs thrive on it. And the reason is because entrepreneurs in all occupations, like whether or not you ever plan to start your own business or own a business, you can be an entrepreneur in your own vocation. They know that change creates opportunities if you're willing to adapt to it.
Yeah, and we talk more about that in podcast number 1019, and it's definitely a good one to listen to. The next corner block in the Pyramid of Success is resourcefulness. And this is really about proper judgment.
Yeah, and I think it starts, Mary-Lynn, with this entrepreneurial mindset. You realize that you are the entrepreneur of a very special enterprise, your life. And as the entrepreneur in charge of your life, you realize how precious resources are. Starting with protecting the resources you already have, that's where you got to begin. But then you can look for ways to grow your resourcefulness.
So you've got to use good judgment in how you use those precious resources.
Absolutely.
The next cornerstone is fight. And this is all about effort and muscle.
Yeah, successful people get knocked down too. Right? I mean, we all get knocked down. The single biggest difference between winners and losers is how many times they get up. One time makes all the difference. I heard Mark Cuban say this. He said, nobody asked me about my failures. Right. They only ask me about when I win. And I think that's what successful people know is if I just keep going, if I just keep pushing, at some point I'm going to succeed. I'm going to reach that destination that I dream of.
The next corner block is, and this is a big one, faith. Specifically, Wooden says faith through prayer.
Yeah, and so big success is an acronym. Big is an acronym. And it's all about believing, implementing, goal-getting, giving back, success. First, you have to believe to succeed.
Yes, you do.
Now, this encompasses many things, but one that we'll just share with you, our faith in God is key to our success.
Yeah.
At a certain point, we made God a partner in this business, and since that point, things have been better.
Yeah.
We can say that without hesitation. We've learned that when all else fails, find your faith. We've learned that lesson so many times that we realized we had it backwards. Find your faith first, and then a whole lot of things, all these things that seem like they're weighing you down, all those things will become easier to handle, to deal with.
Right. That faith helps you align your purpose.
Yes.
And then it really does make a difference in your trajectory, where you're going, and then, where you put your energies. It's
and Mary-Lynn,
incredible.
just a quick little tidbit we've learned along the way is actually entrepreneurs as a whole are more faithful, shall we say, than the general population. And I think, as I said to one fellow CEO, I said, boy, and sometimes in business, you just need that extra faith.
Yes. Amen. All right. The next cornerstone in the pyramid of success is patience. And, good things take time. And that's another thing you learn as an entrepreneur.
Yes, good things take time. It took 10 years for Mary-Lynn to accept my offer for a date. What can I say? So while it pays to push, without question, you got to push. You got to keep pushing, as REO says.
Yes, REO Speedwagon, great song.
It's also true that you can only do so much in a short period of time. After all, you're only human, right? We're only human.
I know. Even though people with an entrepreneur mindset often think they can do superhuman things, in the end, you are only human. And if you push yourself too much, you're going to burn out.
Yeah, and the two of us have definitely learned this the hard way. So when you're hearing this from us, you're hearing this from the point of actual.
We've been there.
Yes,
Felt
that's
that.
exactly right. So
Yeah.
Now patience is one of the tests that big success gives you to see if you're worthy of the prize. Like we always say, big success is life on your own terms. And the thing is, when you set the terms, then the other party gets to set the price. If you want to be really successful, patience is going to be part of that price. You got to keep pushing while maintaining patience.
We're moving down the right-hand side of the pyramid, and the next corner block is reliability.
Be a person people can depend on.
I think that the pandemic really showed us this. You really need to be there for the people that are the most important in your life.
Absolutely.
Don't just kind of skate through. Make time for those important people and be there for them. The next corner block is integrity.
Stay true to your values.
Honesty.
If you always tell the truth, you don't have to remember what you said.
And the last corner block, sincerity.
Be your true self.
You can't fake it. You hear that fake it till you make it? No. You got to be you till you make it.
Yep.
Because that's going to help you make it.
You are the most important person in the world for making you, you.
Let's review the 10 corner blocks of John Wooden's Pyramid of Success. They are ambition, adaptability, resourcefulness, fight, faith, patience, reliability, integrity, honesty, and sincerity.
These corner blocks tie the main blocks in John Wooden's Pyramid of Success together. When your life is aligned with all these traits, your goals will lift you up to where you want to go. That's big success.
Today we discuss the corner blocks of John Wooden's Pyramid of Success. If you want to learn more about the main blocks of the pyramid, the hard traits that build character for success, download our free guide at bigsuccess.com/pyramid.
We thank you so much for listening today. A special shout out to our listeners in Miami, Florida. Big salute.
And that's big with 2 G's.
Oh, yeah.
Tune in next time to learn how the way you talk about your past shapes your future. Until next time,
Here's to your big success.
Find big success at biggsuccess.com.